From Anshe Sfard Bethel Emeth Congregation, it's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Shelach, the Age of the Giants. There's a strange dissonance between what we find in the Parsha and what we find subsequently. In the Parsha, the Jews scout out the land. Parshat Shelach, Shelach lecha anashim, they send, whether it's actual spies or sort of emissaries on behalf of the Jewish people to explore the land of Israel. And when they get there, they say, we see the children of the giants. And we also mentioned that Vayavo et Chevron, according to the Midrashic interpretation of the verse, Kalev comes to Hebron, the other spies stay away from Hebron. V'sham Achiman Sheshai v'Talmai Yildei Hanak. That there the four great giants were Achiman, Sheshai, Talmai, and Yildei Hanak. The three great giants, the son of the greatest giant, altogether four, are found in Hebron. So Hebron is a place of great giants. The land of Israel is great giants. Well, the spies say, it's terrible. We saw that Nephilim b'nei Hanak, the children of the great giants, were there, and we were like grasshoppers in their eyes, in our eyes, in their eyes. So they refer to the great giants. Okay, so then 40 years later, when you get to Israel and Joshua actually comes to conquer the land, you expect it's going to be lively. They're going to be bumping into all these giants, right? Children of those giants who are the children of the other giants. After all, genetics. Story of Yoshua, we don't find that they conquered the giants. But later on, a descendant of Kalev, someone in the family of David, Kalev, who was not afraid to go to the city of the giants. Later on, in his family, later descendant, he did go. David does encounter the giants. In other words, the Jewish people there was a delay. The giants were there in the land of Israel, but they couldn't conquer the giants. They weren't ready to conquer the giants. And as a matter of fact, Yehoshua somehow doesn't relate to the giants. He doesn't go to the city of the giants. He doesn't go to Hebron. The other tribes are surely not ready for it. But then, in the time of David, when the full dream of what a Jewish nation is supposed to be comes to fruition, it's then and only then that indeed we encounter the giants. Now, everyone knows the story of Goliath of Gath, the city of Gath, from the Philistine area around Gaza today. We know that Goliath challenged the Jews, and Saul wasn't up to the task, although Saul was very tall. He was a head taller than everyone else, but he wasn't up to that task. It was only David who was ready and prepared as a lion, as a child of Judah, Yehuda, who is like a Gur Aryeh. Yehuda was like a cub lion. It's only he was able to slay the other lion, to slay the great giant. But don't think that was a one-time incident. It is true. What our Parsha says, that it was a land of giants, is true. We find in the end of the book of Shmuel Bet, there it says several things about giants. That Yishbi Benov Yilidei Rafa. Yishbi, there was a fellow with a strange name, Yishbi Benov, and he was from the children of the giants. As a matter of fact, his Mishkal Kino Shlosh Miot Mishkal Nechoshet Uchagur. He said it was unbelievable. He had this thing. It weighed 300 pounds that he used to carry with him, and it was very difficult to fight him. As a matter of fact, if Avishai ben Tzruya, one of the generals, hadn't helped David, he would have been killed by Yishbi Benov. And the rabbis are going to expound on that story. We'll get back to it in a second. But there's another story. There also, Vayach Elchanan et Goliath Hagiti, that there was another fellow named Goliath, and he was killed by Elchanan ben Yari. And then there was another fellow who had 6 fingers and 6 toes, and he was also the child of a giant. So they mention 4 giants, and David and his servants were able to slay these giants. The story of Yishbi Benov is a wonderful story told in Sanhedrin, Daf Tzadi Hey Amud Aleph. It's a story told of the real story of Yishbi Benov. David came to the land of Philistines, and then he was there, and Avishai ben Tzruya was at home, and he hears that there's a problem, and somehow Avishai was somehow cast off. He ran to, in some miraculous way, to the land of Nov. And when at first Avishai comes and he sees Orpah, the mother of this giant, Yishbi Benov, who was the brother of Goliath, the child of Orpah, the sister of Ruth. He sees them as she's weaving with a weaving tool. So she takes her weaving tool and she throws it at Avishai, the general, to kill him. But then he takes it in turn, and he kills her with it. Then Yishbi takes David, he throws him up in the air, way, way high, and he puts his sword on the ground, and like in a cartoon, he's ready for David to fall onto that sword. But then Avishai came running, jumping, miraculously came so fast, and he was able to call out the name of God and bring David, and he was able to stop David from falling. And then when he sees two people coming to attack, he says, "Surely now I'm in trouble." At that point, Avishai mentioned his mother, who was in the grave. He mentioned that his mother had died, that Orpah had died. With that, Yishbi lost his power, and Yishbi was indeed smitten by Avishai. So we have during the period of David that indeed all of a sudden the fears, the dreams of the Jewish people that the land of Israel is filled with giants, it came into fruition. At first, the Jews were not ready to deal with the giants. They needed 40 years to be ready. When they came to Israel, they still weren't ready. Somehow Joshua and his tribe of Ephraim, they were not the ones to deal with the lions. They were not the great warriors. When Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, represented by Saul, was confronted with the great giant Goliath, he didn't know what to do. He was stopped in his tracks. But only David was able to fight against the great giants. And with that, to truly conquer the land of Israel in the way that was envisioned by Caleb when he courageously went to the city of the giants. He went to Hebron. Because the Jewish people ultimately are giants. We have the potential to be giants of heroism, giants of Torah. And rabbis say, and Rashi mentions that there are two reasons why Hebron is called Kiryat Arba. It's the city of the four giants, representing various giants we mentioned before, Achiman, Sheshai, Talmai, Yildei Hanak, the son of another giant, 3 sons and the father. It's also place of the great giants, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. The four pairs, including Adam and Eve, the 4 pairs. These are the great giants. The Jewish people are the great giants because we're the children of Anak, of a great giants of Adam and Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. We're the children of David, who was able to indeed to slay those giants. The Jewish people have it within them, the great power to rise to great heroic heights. But it was only in the time of David, through the study of Torah and Tehillim, Psalms, and devotion to God, we were able to reach that potential, to be a real Gur Aryeh Yehuda for Judah, for the Jewish people, to rise up to be true lions, worthy of slaying even the greatest giants that could face us. This is the story of the giants. This is the true story of Parshat Shelach. They were right. There are giants in the land of Israel, but we needn't worry, because we too, if we rise to the occasion, we too can be giants. Thank you for joining us here at the Anshe Sfard Beth Lemeth congregation for our discussion of Yishbi Benov and other great stories. Join us each week for the discussion of the Parsha and the various holidays. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to Jason Lefkowitz for making today's presentation possible. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein. To learn more, visit ASBEE.org.